Alright, here we are on the banks of the mighty Monongahela River in below Crucible PA, Cumberland Township, Pennsylvania. We're looking at this red thing out here in the water. Is it a channel marker? Or is it a buoy marking the location of the former Crucible ferry? We have heard several stories. I always just figured that was a channel marker for the barges that come down hauling the coal on the river. As you can see, we're just south of the piers from the former Crucible mine. Evan, what would you say, 100 yards, roughly?
300.
Maybe? I don't know. Don't know. That's why I was never good at bow hunting.
I never played high school football, so I don't know how far that is.
I don't got my rangefinder with me. But anyway, if you can see off in the distance, there's a house over there across the river. And coming up out of the banks is the former landing site of the Crucible ferry on the Fayette County side, which we visited earlier today. The gentleman that lives over there told us, as far as he knew, the ferry's right in there.
He was matter of fact about it.
He was very matter of fact about it. But also recently I have heard that the ferry was removed at some point and taken to a museum type place somewhere nearby. Don't know where or by whom this would have happened. We're talking about it today and we can't decide what happened. I've also heard stories that the ferry was pulled out and scrapped, but I don't know about that because I don't think the value of scrap metal would be worth pulling that off the river bottom. So I don't know. I could be wrong. But if you know, please contact us here at the email address on the blog and let us know if this ferry was indeed removed and on display somewhere, because we would love to see that. If it was removed and cut up and you know this for a fact, let us know. Or if it's laying out there.
I bet it's on display.
I hope it is.
Right underneath
that
buoy.
It is.
And that's where it's on display.
But it's tough to get reservations to see it, I would imagine. So this summer, as you can tell now, it's a little cold. We're going to be out there on a boat with a fish finder. We're going to talk to maybe some guys that work on the river that might know, because I imagine that for all the more deep this river is, the navigation equipment they have on these boats would know if that ferry's laying down there. A big giant chunk of iron, 18 feet underwater, would be probably pretty easy to find. However, don't know for sure. But that's why we're here freezing our butts off across from the great slate dumps of the former Crucible mine. And we're going to Stanley's to get a hoagie.
Sounds real good. Little campsite there.
Pretty cool. And we're just north of the ferry landing at the end of the Rice's Landing portion of the rail to trail. And like I said, we was across the river today. We'll have those shots on the blog for you. So, Crucible Ferry, where are you? We want to know.
Crucible School. Grew up in Crucible, PA now. And decided to stop at Stanley's. They got a Fago machine. Stop at Stanley's, get ourselves a hoagie since they're open. Let's go in.
Those were my favorite. The styrofoam, I call them styrofoam, the little UFOs.
The styrofoam UFOs. Hey, Chip's in here. Hey, fancy meeting you here.
Well, I was just here buying my candy cigarettes and my satellite wafers.
Those are illegal now, aren't they?
You know what? I'm not sure.
Candy sticks.
Oh, there's a little satellite. In Stanley's, Crucible PA, it looks unchanged. There's Holly behind the counter.
That's her.
I went to high school with her. We rode bus 4 together. Mrs. King. She's laughing. But the tin ceilings, she was saying this used to be, what did she say? It was a restaurant?
It was a restaurant.
A little grocery store. In the early 50s. It looks very old here. They've always had a pinball machine. This one happens to be Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean.
Right.
Cherry Master. I'm sure those don't pay out. Just a little store here. With fantastic hoagies. We opted for the Italian hoagies today.
Now we've had quite a active day going old school with our snacks. We had coffee at, is it Fiddles?
Fiddles Confectionery.
In Brownsville, PA. That has been used in several movies, according to the ladies there in Brownsville, PA. We need to film a movie in here.
Yes.
Chip and Evan's adventure.
Big adventure?
And Coal Mine Adventure in Crucible.
Look at that hoagie.
Look at that.
Look at Holly cook.
Look at it.
And she says the place is for sale.
And Evan's going to buy it.
How much are you asking for the place? $72.5, and all this could be yours.
Evan, you have $72.5 on you. You can buy the 7.
Oh my. And our hoagies are almost done, so we're going to go and
We're going to go and
have a hoagie.